Hi, I want to talk to you today about 1tannutuva. Now, as things happen, taxi drivers are often asked where they're from. And I'm asked, I don't know how often, but I'm asked where I'm from. And I'm always volunteering that I'm a native-born New Yorker, that I was born in Brooklyn, that I grew up in Queens and Long Island City, in Queensbridge and Ravenswood. And I've lived all over the city, and my only real time away from the city was when I was in the military, and even part of that was in the city. So that's usually like how I explain where I'm from. And you would think that that would be logical to do, and that would be the way to go about things. I mean, simple. You're a New Yorker. Okay, now, I think some of you remember Glenn. Glenn is this other Jewish guy who drives the cab at my garage, except that he's not a full-timer. He has, I don't know, he's got different stuff going on. I'm not too sure what it is. And sometimes he drives a cab. And he does Glenn's room, which used to be pretty big, and now he kind of bumps along, doesn't have a schedule for Glenn's room. Used to be a bigger deal than it is. Anyhow, he told me that he's got a new thing going on, like where he's from. What happened was some people got in his cab, and he gave them some kind of real New York salute, you know, some kind of real New York salutation, like, how you doing? Where to? Something like that. And not a minute later, one of them asked him where he was from. So he said, Pakistan. And they bought it. And they were asking him questions about Pakistan, which he was answering, and which did he prefer, New York or Pakistan? And he said Pakistan, but he's in New York to earn a living and blah, 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 blah. And it occurred to me that I could one-up him. And today I was going to do it tonight. And my answer to that question, where you from, was going to be 1tannutuva, that is TANNU hyphen TUVA. Now, you can Google that place, and what you'll find out is that it was more or less an independent republic from 1921 until 1944. Prior to 1921, it was a protectorate of Tsarist Russia. It is situated on the border between Outer Mongolia and Russia, Siberia to be exact. And the people there are, as far as their religion, from what I understand, half of them are Buddhist, and the other half believe in like pixies and fairies and, you know, spirits of the wind and stuff like that. So anyhow, they mainly herd yaks, and I guess they drink yak milk, and that's what they do. Now, the history of the place is interesting because apparently the Red Army went in there in 1920, 1921, set up this socialist republic, and then for whatever reason, I guess it fell to Stalin, that 1tannutuva was not officially absorbed into the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, nor was Mongolia, and Outer Mongolia, that is, and it was established as an independent state. The folks who were put in charge said that they were communists, but from what I understand, they were really Buddhists. And they were saying that they were communists because, well, you know, Stalin was, they were like surrounded by Soviet Union and pro-Soviet Outer Mongolia, a landlocked small country. All right, so I was going to say that that's where I hail from. I was working on some, like how it came to be that me, 1tannutuva is living in New York, driving a taxi. And I'm going to work more on it because what happened was someone did ask me that question of where I was from, and reflexively I said New York City. And then I tried to backtrack a little, and I told the guys, there were like 3 jocks sitting in back of me, and I told them, well, you know, this plan I had, my blog, that I was going to not video, but audio tape this discourse about 1tannutuva and see how far, what way the questioning went, and how imaginative and original I could be in answering, and to see how that would fly. But they were the last people, the only people tonight. Of course, I still have a little bit of time. I have about an hour left. It's 4:46 in the morning, and although I'm usually supposed to bring the car back at 5, I kind of got a dispensation because, for one thing, I got the car late. I started working at 5:45, and then the directional signals on the car stopped working, and I'm not going to drive around competing with other taxi drivers if I can't even signal a left turn or a right turn or put on my hazard lights when I'm stopped, because that's like begging for an accident, and I really don't want another accident. So, yeah, so I'm from 1tannutuva, and that's the story of that, and we'll see how that works